Good morning, guys. It is Saturday and I have told y'all yesterday that I'm going to my runway class to show you the fit. So this is the fit. Y'all have seen this dress before because I have worn it on a fashion show that I went to. It's like further back in my videos, but yeah. And then I just got these shoes from my mom. They were just like outside my door. And so I'm waiting for my dad to take me, and I'll see you there. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just came from my class, and I'm just gonna tell y'all a little bit about what was going on there. So last week on Saturday, I believe it was a Saturday, it was my interview, and they gave me this little tag thing. This is to sign in and all that, and then I would go straight to my class. So it's this Saturday. So when we got there, they gave us this bag. It's very huge, and inside of it, an even like smaller bag, it has first this notebook. It's upside down, so it comes like this, and it has a little notebook with a pen and all that. Then it comes with, that is trash. Then it comes with this. This is a mirror, and when I tell y'all this mirror, guys, it's like really good. I love how everything has their little logo and all that on it. But this is what the mirror looks like. And then it came with some makeup brushes. So cool. I really love this part because it just feels like I'm really a part of this company now. And I feel like I'm a professional, like I'm doing this to for my career and all that. It also came with, I think this is like a sweatband, a little headband. Yeah, so kind of like that. Yeah, so so. I just messed up my wig completely. And last but not least, it also came with some sponges, as you can see. It really also reminds me of when I used to do theater in high school, because we have these little makeup kits, and it had like sponges like that and our color of foundation. Then you just take the sponge and you wipe it on your face, and that was your makeup. This is kind of a little bit different because you have to be not advanced in makeup, but you do your own makeup. Something that I liked about it though was, so we were going over different terminology words. We were also going over the teacher. Her name is Vivian, and she was just telling us about different monologues, because you have to perform monologue for an audition. And that's in the World War II, when you're going to flying out to Paris or whatever, and you're doing an audition, you would prepare a monologue and you would say it at least 3 minutes long, and then you'll see if you made it or not. Not everybody was prepared for that today, because we were just now told to do it, so we have to at least pick 2, and then try to memorize it, write it down, she said. And yeah, so I chose one dramatic monologue. I will probably say it later, probably next week. I would give y'all a little feel of what it's about before I actually do it. Something that I did not really like about it is that this class, yes, it is an acting class, and it is all ages. But there is a point where, even at a certain age, or any age, that you just have to kind of find some maturity And there was like this family that came in, and they were like two boys that were brothers, and they just were talking over each other. They kept asking dumb questions and just being very annoying, and it was kind of hard. I was like, yeah, okay, you're young or whatever, you don't really know all this theater stuff. This boy he was asking me, he was like, what is this? And I was like, it's sponges for your makeup. And it just comes to a point where, I mean, they remind me of a lot of theater classes in junior high where they didn't even pay attention in class really, and it was only in the advanced classes that you have to learn something. And I was always stuck in the bad class, and I actually loved theater and all that, but I always got stuck in a bad class, and so they would never participate in anything. They would like, every time we had like auditions for something, you know, that our class just wouldn't get it because we were just not into theater. We only chose theater because we needed an elective, and you know, I was in there for a different reason. But that's what those two kids really reminded me of. But I mean, they're learning. They're there, so they must got, you know, like a high rating score or whatever, and they are hopefully coming into this company and this agency to be professional. But then again, I am older than them, so I'm not gonna even be placed in the same room as them, because as the actress teacher said, when you're performing a monologue, you want to do it at your age limit. They're not going to ask you to read a monologue that's over 18. And if you're 18 and up, you're considered an adult monologue, and smaller, you're a kid monologue. So, and they're also not going to put you acting in a adult role. So, I'm not going to say that I have an advantage over them, but I do kind of am a more experienced. I mean, I wasn't the only one either. Everybody was just like, really, can y'all like shut up, please? Stop talking with the teacher. But yeah, so let's see what else I got. So I also got a shirt that says John Casablanca Center, and it's like a small, and it's really cute. Or I mean, it's really simple, but it's really cute as well. And also I was just writing down things in a journal that I got. So we learned this word called slating, and slating basically means an introduction. So when you walk into like an audition, the first thing you do is slate. And this is like from it, so I'll read it to y'all. So I would basically be like, so I would walk in, and if there's a chair, I would sit down. If it's not a chair, then I'll stand, and I'll be like, hi, my name is Lakaya, and I am represented by Model Talent Management of Houston, Texas. And that's what it says. And that's what basically I would do, and then I would start my monologue. So there was this one lady, she had already memorized the monologue that she had, and it was a scene from Hidden Figures. If y'all have seen that, it's a really powerful movie. And she had said one of the role lines and all that, and it was really good. And then the teacher was like, okay, anybody else wants to volunteer? Because she had some monologues with her that you can like read. She calls them cold reads, something that the director would just give to you, and you have like 10 minutes to like memorize it and like do all that, and then, you know, perform it. And so this other girl, she went up there and she read over and over, and then she was like, okay, so who are you reading to? And she was like, I think she said her daughter. And she's like, okay, so choose somebody in the class to be your daughter. And the reason why she asked that is because that person would come and sit down in front of them, and they will be the camera, because in an audition, there will be a camera where you're being filmed, and it's only like this way, but you'll be being filmed. And yeah, so she chose me. So I sat in front of her, and she was basically reading it to me, aka the daughter / camera. And then after she read, I was like, you know what, I can do this. And so I was like, she was like, anybody else? And I was like, I'll go. And then so I read over it, and it's called My Daddy and Me. And I was like reading over it, and I was like, and look how short this is. It's that short. I could have like aced this, but I had a lot of nerves build up, and just my body was like overheating and all that, and I just was stuttering all over the lines. But I chose a girl that I talked to the first day that I actually came to John Casablanca's, and she was there, so she sat right next to me, and I was like, I'm gonna talk to her as my friend. So I bring her up, and she's like now the friend / camera. So what we did was we went outside the door, and you waited like a few seconds or whatever, and then you walked in. Then you'll slate, and then you'll start your monologue. So there was a chair there too, so I sat down, and I was like reading, and I just started slipping all over the words and all that, and I was just like, I'm sorry. I was like, and at the end of it, I was just like so embarrassed and just not even feeling it anymore. And I was like the only one that messed up. The teacher gave me advice. She was like, okay, if you ever mess up, just start back from the top. Because she said one time when she was doing an audition, she sneezed, and so she just took a breath and then started over from the top, because she said try not to draw attention to the mistake, just start over. And so that really made me more calm and more aware, and I just know in the future, if I ever do mess up, that I can literally just start up from the top, take a quick breath, and just focus back into what I'm trying to do. But for some reason, every time I'm in front of this camera, like, I'm not even worried about it. Like, I mean, that's only because I'm by myself, though. I'm not in front of like a judge or anything. So reading this monologue now would be like easy, but I was in front of like 20 other people, and it was just everybody eyes on me. And usually I've been in theater for a long time, and that doesn't usually bother me. It's just different because I don't know how to describe it. Like, to me, every time I would audition for a part when I was in high school and we had to read a monologue, like, I would still get nervous, and I would still kind of like mess up. Because you're not technically into a different character, you're making this character your own. So it's just kind of different. And plus, you're not on a stage, you're literally like one-on-one, like, it's like physical contact and all that. But it's like, I don't know. The first lady that went, she was older or whatever, and so she kind of made a good impression or whatever on the teacher. And to me, she was kind of like an overachiever, kind of like I like to be when I'm in these situations, because I was in theater for so long. So I like to let people know that I do have experience and I know what I'm doing. But at the same time, when I mess up something like that, it's just like, oh, you're also a beginner with us. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just nervous. So, I mean, but I just gotta kind of brush it off. But that is it for today's videos, guys. I literally just went to Houston and back, and yeah, I'm kind of tired, kind of hungry, and I'm just really gonna think a lot about my performance. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.